Plaintiff George Hobson is suing his ex-fiancé, Anna Garcia, for car payments, a credit card, and cell phone bill. George says Anna had no problem with their 21-year age difference when they were planning to marry. However, Anna denies ever dating or being engaged to the plaintiff and says George liked showing her off to his friends and family.
All right, today we have the case of Hobson against Garcia. George Hobson is suing Anna Garcia for car payments, a credit card bill, and cell phone bills, and Anna is countersuing for assault. How did you two meet?
She worked at a grocery store that was in the same shopping center as my restaurant, and I noticed that one time she appeared as a cashier, and she's pretty, and I would go to her lane to go through so I could get the groceries.
Did you see this happening, Anna, where he's like focusing on you and going to your lane?
Yeah, and she's very friendly.
Like a regular customer.
Yeah. Okay, good answer.
And, she was very flirtatious, and I was also responding to that. And I asked her down the line if she wanted to have a relationship, and she was receptive to that. And I also said, I am 21 years older than you. Is that a problem? She said no. And so one thing led to another, and we started dating. I'd take her out to dinner with her daughter, and we do various things. And
like what?
Well, Anna's a very beautiful woman, and she dressed.
See, now even though he's suing you, he still keeps complimenting you. He thinks and she is. She is. So you start dating.
Start dating.
Whatever that means. Does that mean you have sex?
Let me say this.
Say it.
Do you buy a car without looking under the hood?
I don't know. It depends on the guy.
Now, we're engaged on February 14th. We got engaged.
No, ma'am, we are not. I accepted a gift.
Why don't you just tell me about this relationship?
I met Mr. Hobson, as you said, in November at my store, a place of employment. And from then we spoke. He was a regular customer. It's a friendship relationship, no sex, nothing. It was just pure friendship.
All right, but you're going out with him.
No, we never went out, actually. No, we never.
You never went out?
Of course we did.
Well, tell me where you went. Give me an example.
We went to the Olive Garden, many times. We went to dinner.
Did he take you to dinner, Anna? Come
Myself,
on.
my daughter, and my niece to dinner. Yes, we got to dinner.
Are you engaged? Is that what
No, ma'am. He proposed marriage to me when he gave me a ring on February 14th. I gave the ring back saying I did not want to marry him. I did not want an intimate relationship with him.
All right, tell me about the ring.
Slight diamond, gold. It was very pretty.
He asked you to marry him.
Yes, I said no.
You said no?
Yes.
Then what?
I gave him the ring. He said, no, keep it as a gift. It's a beautiful gift. You deserve beautiful things. I said, but I don't want it as a marriage proposal. He said, that's fine.
Did you say that's fine?
No, ma'am. I took her to one of my friend's restaurants. It was a very upscale restaurant. I had him prepare us a special dinner, and I gave her the ring. I proposed to her. She accepted. Now, if we weren't engaged, why did she buy a wedding dress and buy wedding things? We were going to get married.
Who's this? Who are you?
This is my daughter.
Come on up. Were they engaged?
Yes. In fact, I was asked to be in the wedding. My sister-in-laws were in the wedding.
Who asked you to be in the wedding?
Anna, her personally. She asked my brothers to be in the wedding. We're having the reception planned. She is just flat out lying.
Incredible.
So
Did you see her wearing a ring?
Oh, yeah. He gave her the ring in February, and he asked for it back in May.
Okay, and she wore it on her, this finger?
Yeah.
Anna, are you lying to me?
No, ma'am.
You wore the engagement ring
Yes.
on this finger?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and there's no mistaking it's an engagement ring. You keep calling it a gift, but it's an engagement ring.
Yes, it was an engagement ring, but I accepted it as a gift, not as an engagement ring because I had no intention.
Most women accept an engagement ring as a gift. What else is it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. What else do you want to say? Anything?
Well, I know I was the one who found out about the boyfriend.
You had a boyfriend?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Sit down. So you're engaged to him. You got a wedding plan. You're being intimate with another guy?
I never planned the wedding with him.
Is she lying?
We had two. There was two. His daughter-in-law was planning a wedding, but I was not planning a wedding.
Are you kidding, Anna?
No, ma'am.
Do you know you're playing with people's emotions here? You've got a guy who's buying you an engagement ring, and his daughter says that you had a date for the wedding. You're dating somebody else, and you're saying, well, they planned a wedding, but I'm not a part of it. What?
I never planned a date on a wedding, ma'am. Never.
Come back up here. Did you have a discussion with her about the wedding?
Yeah, on Easter, she brought the wedding dress, she pulled it out of the trunk. She had all the stuff from Hobby Lobby. She had the flowers, the wedding book, the wine bottle, the glasses.
Okay, that's
everything.
Enough. Sit down. Who are you?
I'm her niece.
Come on up. What's your name?
Well, my name is Adriana.
Okay.
Justice.
Were you asked to be in the wedding?
No, I wasn't.
Did you know about the wedding?
I knew she had gotten a ring.
Oh, yeah, an engagement
she
ring,
showed
right?
it to me. Well, yeah, it's an
Yeah,
engagement ring.
nice
She
ring.
showed it to me when she came over and was like, look what George just got me. He wanted to marry me. I don't think I'm going to. I actually told him no. And I was like, well, why'd you take the ring? She was like, it's a pretty ring. It's a gift. I'm like, you know,
Jimmy.
I mean,
Okay.
as far as I knew, you know, they were good friends. You know,
Clearly. All right, good. So would you consider him a friend too?
I did,
Yeah.
but now it's kind of complicated.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, sit down. All right, Anna. All right, so now we got the ring. We got the down payment on the car. All right, George, what do you have?
We bought a car together in January. I co-signed.
He buys the car.
He co-signed for a car for me, ma'am.
Okay, whose idea was it to get the car?
His.
Okay, so when you go to get this, do you have money for the down payment?
I do not, ma'am.
Okay, so you pay for the down
I paid
payment?
down payment.
Okay, and do you have a discussion about the down payment?
No, ma'am.
So it's either you're going to pay him back or it's a gift.
A gift, because he told the dealer he was being my sugar daddy.
He told did you tell the dealer you were a sugar daddy?
I don't recall, Your Honor. I was.
Is that yes or no?
No.
Well, if a guy said that in front of the dealer, I mean, wouldn't you have reacted to that?
I did. I said,
That's a reaction anyway. All right, do you think it's a gift? Do you think it's a loan?
I think it's to pay me back. Anything to do with the car is her responsibility, okay? Then I expected to be paid back.
No,
as
no,
me.
I don't care what you expected. What was the discussion? You see, if you pay money for something for
Yeah.
someone else, unless you have a specific discussion.
The discussion was, Your Honor, that when she got the money, she would pay me back.
All right,
Okay.
so what else are you suing for? Credit card bills.
Credit card. I had lent her my credit card, you know, because she didn't have money to bring her sister back from Arizona. Okay, and I asked her to use that for specific reasons, for food. Well, she paid for the whole trip, bought gas, bought lodging, bought everything on the credit card, and then turned around and at the end put $2,000 of charges on that. The credit card was $1,276.
You're saying that those are charges that you did not authorize her to make?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
did you charge $1,276 on the credit card?
with his approval, yes?
Here's the wedding dress on the credit card bill
And the Arizona trip.
and the Arizona trip.
Okay, David's bridal. You want to revisit what you initially told me? You realize that you're under oath here.
Yes, ma'am.
It is perjury to lie in a court of law.
Yes, ma'am.
You are wearing a 1-carat engagement ring, and you're going to buy a wedding gown. She's saying you asked her to be in the wedding, and are you going to keep lying to me and telling me
No,
that you
ma'am.
weren't engaged to this guy?
No.
Good. So be straight with me.
When he proposed to me, I said no, that I would consider it and think about it because I have by certain circumstances that I was going to do before I got married. And that would be in 5 years. That's what he agreed to.
Did you agree to 5 years?
Ma'am,
The reason for stipulating that was my son gets out of prison. He's walking me down the aisle then. And
Your
that's,
son is in prison?
yes, and that's when I was to get married after 5 years when he would have walked me down the aisle. For my father is deceased and my son would do that.
All right, so you did have some intention of walking down an aisle.
I did look at wedding dresses, yes, and I did purchase one with intentions of 5 years getting married to Mr. Hobson.
All right. Tell me about the cell phones.
oh my God.
How do you think I feel?
And I got her a cell phone, and I agreed to pay the initial cost, and she pays the overages.
Is that your recollection?
No, ma'am, I was to pay $89 a month to him for the cell phone, and that's what I did.
No, I never received a dime from this lady.
How did you pay him?
Cash, and I have witnesses that were there with me when I gave him cash.
Come on up.
The one time that I was with her that she tried to give George some money, he was like, no. He was like, you keep that because you need that. He always said, whatever it takes to make this woman happy, I will do it. Money is no object. He said that on several occasions. I've seen him give her credit cards. Baby, do whatever you want to do. So on the credit cards, yeah, he gave her.
So he's a
gave
nice
her
guy.
money. Yeah, he is.
He's a generous guy.
Generous, very generous.
And you took him for a ride. Sit down. All right, Anna. Tell me why I shouldn't find against you, and tell me about this alleged assault that you're countersuing him for.
He found out I was dating someone. So then he went into my work, waited for me. As I approached, he called me a slut, a whore, a female dog, and he grabbed my arm, started harassing me, throwing me around. I have it on video. And after that happened, I put a BPO charges on him and for assault and battery, restraining order on him. I was fearing for my life.
Let's look at the video. Anna, I want you to tell me, as we're going through this, where he is and where the two of you are. Because he's coming out now, and this is you in the white pants?
Yes, ma'am. I'm walking in, he's grabbing me, calling me a whore, a slut, and all these other words, and I'll pay you back, you female dog, you're gonna pay, give me my things. And at that point, I was reaching for my purse, and I grabbed my arm away from him, and then he exits, and I call the police.
So did you file charges against him?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, and what happened in that?
I filed assault and battery charges on him. I dropped him because I want to be done with him, over with. I want him out of my life. I've continued, I've moved forward. I wish he would do the same.
When you file charges against a man for threatening you, pushing you, shoving you, and stalking you, you don't drop the charges because, number one, you send the message that it's okay, it really didn't matter. Plus, then he thinks he got away with it, and now he's got even more control over you. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
You do not drop charges. All right. What we have here is a case of, as far as I'm concerned, two individuals who started dating, and there's no question that you started dating. But at the end of the day, they didn't have an agreement as to how the money that George was sharing with Anna was going to be used. Did you, because you saw her as your future wife, buy her things thinking that they were gifts? Or did you think that she was going to pay you back? I don't think that any man who is planning a wedding necessarily thinks that he's going to have a contract where you've got to agree, or the woman has to agree to pay him back. I mean, I just don't. But on the other hand, you were looking for a sugar daddy. You took the ring. You let him on. You were a gold digger. Women who play with men's emotions very often find themselves in dangerous predicaments. This alleged assault that you claim on this video is nothing compared to what I've seen. And when you're dealing with men and their emotions, or any human being, and playing with emotions, you're playing with fire. So at the end of the day, what I find is that the credit card bill, and I believe that there is some of it that he believes that was a gift, but you're going to end up paying him $541.52 for the credit card bill. I think the down payment was a loan. And I also think that the cell phone overages of $1,080, which add up to $2,221.52, is what you owe him. I'm not going to award you pain and suffering for the assault. You were playing with fire. You're lucky that you got away with no real injury here. You got to smarten up and make sure that not only is the woman you give a ring to interested in you, but you're lucky you're not in jail right now. Both of you smarten up and be honest, not just with the other person in your lives, but with yourselves. That's my verdict.